It's time! Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kiki with all I know it's been a minute. But here I am. I'm back again to your screen and I'm hoping you would enjoy this little chit chat with me. As you tell by this channel's name, it's ATG, All Things Gadget. So we're going to be talking about everything in this world that you think people don't really talk enough about. So today I was just thinking, and we had this conversation before with some of my friends, and I was like, you know what? I can actually talk about this on my channel because I know a lot of women would want to hear about this. A lot of people would really want to hear about this. So we're going to be talking about life transition, be it from the time, us 90s babies, we actually grew up in a time where there was no social media that much. Social media was just starting in when we were born. We didn't have much social media. We even used to go and watch TV on a neighbor's house. And now we have all these things, and we are raising a generation with a lot of exposure to the social media. And what are the effects of social media? What are the effects of too much knowledge? What is the pros and cons? Everything we're going to dive into this. And so let's really talk about how the internet or how social media generally has changed the life. Trust me, if you're very smart enough, social media can change your life in a very positive way. You can make money through social media. You can do things that people don't even think about. You can become a millionaire within months, within a year, just by social media. You can be anything. You can be anything because these platforms are here to help us grow. But on the downside of it, let's go back. Let's really go back to the downside of social media. Social media have brought a lot of pressure to our generation. We have so much pressure because things that we were not able to visualize, that okay, we thought didn't matter, now matters. You know, every single day we have this guy from our whole country. I think everybody in Zim community will know the guy called Denzel. Call him the Bosso guy. He has a saxophone and he's delivering gifts each and every day. And then there is me. I'm sitting at home. You will start thinking, what have I done in this life? Because everyone else is getting all those things, but I'm not. You know, if you're not strong enough, if you don't have the capacity to really think like, before all these gifts came, before all these things, what is it that these people are going through in real life? Because I'm seeing a snapshot of 30 seconds or even a minute of your life, of someone else's life on social media. And I'm thinking this is life, you know? So these are the questions that you're supposed to ask yourself before you start competing with somebody that you know, with a stranger that you don't even know on social media. Even if it's a kid on next door who is coming, or even if it's your friend or whoever that you know that is doing much better before you, rather than competing with them, is why don't we try understand the process of what they have been through? How can I get there without putting myself under, you know, bespeakable things that I really don't want to expose myself to, Why do I want things to be very easy? Why do I want my life to be just like so easy? Why are you looking for an easy way out? So this is what's happening with social media. As we were growing up, from my experience, we used to play what we call pada. We used to play what we call wishu. These are like shorter names. Like, we play in the streets. We didn't have social media. We didn't have YouTube. I didn't have a phone. I literally had my first phone when I was in Form 3. That is like 14 years old. When I was 14, I had my first phone, which was a 3300. You know, those 3300, Nokia 3300. That's a tiny phone I started having when I was already in high school, almost going to college. Yes, then there was Facebook, but it was not really that much competitive, I would say. People would use it to message their loved ones, to post, posting pictures, but yeah, those kind of pictures. There was no perfection. There was no much filters. It was still a bit real, and things started transitioning and changing, and you didn't even see or you didn't feel it because the change was happening within us, and we were transforming and we were moving within the change. So as we are moving within the change, for us it was like, okay, then comes a generation of kids born in the 2000s. By the time they started talking, the time they started walking, they already have their phones, and the exposure, the pressure is all over the place for them. I was talking to my niece the other time. She's around 14 years old, and she was telling me, now I want an iPhone 15, I want an iPhone 16, all my friends has their iPads, and she was telling me things that I really didn't understand. Not that I don't understand, but things that I didn't see that she needs it. She doesn't need those things. She can live without it. But because everybody else around her has it, so it got me thinking like, okay, this is a 14-year-old. She wants that, and maybe her parents cannot afford to give her these things. What is it that she's going to do? Because social media mostly doesn't teach you how to work for yourself. It teaches you how to receive gifts, how to have expensive things, and how materialistic life is. So these kids are just getting exposed to materialistic things, and at the end of the day, you are fighting to get things that you don't know where they came from. There are people in a relationship who have been abused. I cannot say really names of people here or name drop, but there are people who will be receiving humongous gifts, and these gifts are like, oh my god, what did I do in this life? I'm not deserving this. What did I do? But after they receive those gifts, some of these people are crying day and night. I know they say it's good to cry in a Range Rover than to cry in a Corolla. Anyway, back to it. These kids are exposed, not the kids, only even us, even adults, they are exposed to a lot of competition, and the competition is not healthy at all. Sometimes switch off that button, switch off that YouTube, switch off that Instagram, go back to school. Because tell me how a 16-year-old who's not working, who's not doing anything in life, is driving a BMW that is in her name, or what kind of boyfriends are you all having? What do they do in life? Like, tell me, like, what do they do in life? That what kind of boyfriends is that? This is mainly many people. You're going for this sugar daddies and you get this thing, but you don't understand how you are harming your own future. You are harming your own future because you are running at a rate where you're not supposed to. You're not mentally ready for these things that you're going to experience. So if you're not mentally happy, and if you're not mentally ready or physically ready for something, if you get it, it will destroy you. This is one thing I realized. If you get something in life and you're not ready for it, there's two things, but most of the times it will destroy you. Because in the end, at the end of it all, you're not ready. You don't know what to do with what you're having. So this is what is happening with our generation, our kids. We are raising with social media. They don't know what to do with social media. I think it's now, as we are becoming parents, our generations are now becoming parents, and most of us have younger kids. I think it's important that we talk to them about the positive side and the downside of social media. So let's be open, let's be better people, let's be better parents, let's give our kids the opportunity to have an understanding of, just because somebody is receiving a gift, this doesn't mean that this is what defines life. Just because everybody doesn't have like, sports or hyperpigmentation on YouTube or on Instagram or Snapchat, doesn't mean that is what life is like. I have kids that I've spoken to, like right now I get to speak with a lot of kids because I have a child and I'm always in areas where there are so many kids. And I'm understanding the impact of our social life at this point in time, our kids' social lives, the girls. I am really heartbroken for all the younger kids. I think it's time that we, even as adults, we compete. You are looking for a perfect relationship, but there's nothing is perfect. People will be on social media, they'll be jumping and flying, traveling each and every time. But this is like a snapshot, maybe 1 hour of their day they're showing you, and there's another 23 hours behind the scene that you don't know. They come to you and they show you how they are able to travel the world and how they're able to do these things, but you don't know how they got that money. You don't know how they got there. So what social media is doing is social media is removing the process of everything else that people go through, of everything else that you can do, and it is only giving you the results. But how do results come about? Like, do you even think about that? Do we even get time to think about how do I get from A to Z? There's a whole alphabetical order: A, B, C, D, E. It's long. It's 26 letters in between. So that's 24 letters in between. That's 24 chapters of life, 24 chapters of struggles. And if you really look back into people's achievements, it will show you that they have done things for them to get there. So I wish our generation would have more conversations like these ones. I wish our generation would have more conversations about the reality of life behind the social media. When I wish the social media would bring you the behind the scenes before they start shooting, what they go through, what life is about. You know, that's why you will be like, there's a lot of depression that is happening within this life, and people don't really know. Like, oh, I've been depressed. I've been depressed. I'm suffering from anxiety. I'm suffering from this. I haven't been doing well. But people don't know why they're not doing well. You are busy trying to compete with somebody who is on social media whom you don't even know. You don't know where they come from. You don't know how they make money. You've never met them, but the pressure is getting to you. There are people who will be like, I'm going to Nisa you. Only the Shona people who understand this. I'm going to give them pressure. I'm going to give them pressure. They even get ready. People get into clubs. People get into restaurants just to make sure that people on social media think their life is going well. Is it? Is it really? It's not. It's not it. So this is the conversations I literally have. I have with myself, and I think most people who know me have noticed that I've given myself time to lay back, and I've been outside. By being outside, I don't have to prove to the world that I've been outside. I've been doing things. You don't need to prove to anybody that you're doing something. We need to learn to be able to validate ourselves, even if no one is validating you. You know. So this transition from a world without Wi-Fi, a world without social media to a world with social media, it's something huge. This is affecting our life. Yes, we want to catch on. But I think I wish people would have more of all these social media. How do we make money from this? How do we learn this? Can we preach the word of God? Can we preach? Can we do this? Can we share positivity? I wish we could share positivity. I'm sorry. I wish we could share positivity with social media. So to my girls, I'm raising this glass to you. Don't be pressured by these girls. Don't be pressured by these socialites. Don't be pressured because most of these things are not real. Most of these things are staged because they want you to live in the drama. They want you to envy their lives, but most of their lives are not good. Most of their lives are very miserable. You're living a better life. I know you might think, oh no, my life is not going well. My life is not doing this. I don't have A, B, C, D. My age mates are doing this, but we are not in a race. The only race that you are with is with yourself. The only competition that you are supposed to be having is a competition with yourself. It's a competition between me, myself, and I. You, yourself, and you. You know, compete with yourself. Set realistic goals. Set realistic standards for yourself. Because if you want things that you cannot access, or if you want things that you don't have an idea on how to get it, this is when you start to do things like prostitution. You start to dive into things that spiritual. People are selling their souls. People are selling their souls just for them to be able to have things they have. People are doing a lot of things that they're not supposed to be doing for that they can get money. And they don't sleep well at night. It's better for you to have a good night's sleep, knowing that you have worked so hard and you have done things to your satisfaction, than for you to to be with money, and then you are crying every day. You're not enjoying the money. There is no competition. We need to give each other enough grace in this lifetime to be able to, to live, to be able to sustain, to be able to provide. And there's so many, and these things of social media is affecting a lot of people. You see a very good guy, you have a good man with you, and he's growing. Tell me how you're expecting a 20-year-old to be able to buy you a car. How you expecting a guy who's less than 25 years old to be able to provide for you what your father is not able to provide for you? Like, you cannot do this for me, so I don't want you. You cannot do this for me. But did your father afford it? Did your father did it for your mom? Did your father do it for you? Why is your father not doing these things for you? Stop giving these little boys or these boys pressure because you want to fit in within a community. Yes, fitting in is good. Trust me, fitting in is good. But sometimes it takes time, baby steps. If you understand there is something called a process, there is a process for everything. And life is a journey. Everything that you do starts from the beginning until the end. The beginning until whatever you get to. So rather than putting yourself under so much pressure, if you see something nice on social media, be like, how do I get there? In a way that is good. It's good to be inspired. There's a difference between being inspired and being given pressure. Social media can be used as an inspiration too, which is a good thing. People can learn. If we could take away the good things of social media, we would be in another level of generation. People would be doing so good, but because we are taking away nonsense. Trust me, as someone who's doing something that is positive, it will not get so much views, but go out naked. Everyone will follow you because that's what men wants to see. That's what people want to see. They want to see those naked things. So this is what is now driving our younger generation in thinking, if I misbehave, or if I do, very old and very bad behaviors, people would love me. But by the time they get to 25, they're depressed. By the time they get to a certain age, things are not working out well for them because you cannot keep shaking or tweaking your ass all the times to get money. And when men are done with you, they are done with you. Like they can tell, and they are done with you. So I'm not I'm not a professional when it comes to this thing, but this is just conversations that we don't really talk about a lot. So yeah, it was really nice sitting here and talking to you guys. I'm gonna leave you with homework. I need you to give this video to your younger version of whatever, younger sister, your younger friend, so that they can hear these things. Share it within your community, do good because there is always something good that comes from doing good. Don't let social media get to you. Don't let these socialites get to you because you are running your own race. You were doing your own things. There is nothing wrong with being behind. There is nothing wrong with the pace that you were going. You need to shift focus and focus on things that matters. Don't let social media detain your life. Don't let unrealistic goals determine where you're going. If everything is so perfect in this world as the social media portrays, so who is struggling? If everyone in this lifetime is in this era of whatever they're doing in life, which is so perfect and so good, so who is struggling? Hmm? Are you alone? You're not alone. There's a lot of people who are going through things. Everybody's going through what they're going through, but they only show the good side of whatever life gives them on social media. So, without wasting much of your time, which I think I already did, please don't forget to leave a comment. Tell me what you think about life that we're living in right now with the social media. Would you want to live in an era where there was no social media, or you would want to live in this moment where everything is on the internet. And another thing is, ah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Anyway, let's keep this for our next video. And thank you for tuning in. It was lovely sitting with you, and thank you for watching. I love you so much, guys. Until next time, peace out.